All right. Well, welcome to Microphone Diaries. Sorry we were a little bit late, but we were just doing a sound check, and we are here. I'm Ellie Meyer, and I'm here with Wise Ruby. And today's show is brought to you by Planner Zone. If you're planning an event soon, whether it be a wedding or graduation party, Planner Zone is the event for you. Happening October 27th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Gateway Center. This free event offers resources such as caterers, musicians, florists, attractions, and much more. At Planner Zone, you can meet face-to-face with local businesses that will make your event flawless. Visit discoverdenton.com for more information. So back to the show. This is Microphone Diaries. It's a chance for you to kind of get the behind the scenes of how artists and musicians do their thing, kind of picking the brain and getting to know a little bit about how they write their music and do what they do. So I'm here with Wise Ruby. I've got Julie Livingston and Kathy Herr. And I'm playing producer and an interview host and DJ and all the above. So
thumbs up.
My
awesome,
apologies.
You're pretty awesome.
But I'm excited to have y'all in the studio because you came in. Yeah, you came in the welcome center the other day, and I was like, I gotta get you on my show.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in forever.
We
and
watched the show.
You've got
online,
awesome. That's
so
good to hear.
We're fans.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm excited. So I'm excited to let y'all explain to the world why it is what you do and why you do what you do, if that made any sense.
Sure.
So basically, so how did y'all get started writing? Was it more of you, like, have y'all always written together, where you just became friends and then you just kind of started writing together, or like how did Wise Ruby become Wise Ruby?
Yeah, I can answer that question. So
Okay.
So the answer ultimately will be that we completely started out separately.
Oh yeah.
So I learned to play the guitar and sing when I was maybe 13 or 14 years old. I wrote a lot of stuff in high school.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
That's kind of how I did it too. You just kind of like
it's
you
okay.
get your start somewhere.
But you mature as
Yeah.
you go along. So that's my answer to that question. And then Julie.
I started writing in college, and I look back now, and I think I ran across that folder that had all those first songs in them, and I'm embarrassed now because of course you look at like your first work, and you're always like, oh,
yeah.
it's so ABAB.
Yeah.
And just cringy, but I kind of put it on hold and then lived this life for a long time, and then 5 years ago picked it up and started doing it again because of Jake. No,
Oh, awesome.
because of banter. It was this whole community of songwriters.
Yeah.
I think you want your attention again.
Oh,
Still off.
I don't know.
One of the
Are they my really cool Converse tennis shoes?
That's kind of artsy. One of his Mevo shots is on the feed.
I don't know
he
how
says.
this Mevo works.
Mevo's a cool
I think
Facebook
I've got it.
camera app that does different angles all
So
at
it
once.
looks like there are 3 cameras in here, but
I
actually
think Jake
it's
needs
only
to come
one.
in. There you go.
I think I've
Cat's
got
out of the
it.
bag,
Which
Jake
one is on
Laughlin,
the
world
feed?
knows
ladies and
that you're-
gentlemen.
The Whiz.
I don't. This might have been set up. We had an interview before this with Isabel, and I think one of the shots of screen on here was not deleted. So
This is like the Wizard of Oz when
your feet
Yeah.
are being on
the Wiz comes out of the
screen
curtain,
instead of
right?
your face. So no
kinda-
worries. We'll get this figured out. There's always
I think
something.
that's going to be a thing actually now.
So
People are gonna start doing that.
we'll just let Jake deal with that, and we'll
Sure.
just continue on with our interview. So
Awesome.
Sure.
so banter is one of the first times that I saw y'all perform.
Yeah.
And when I actually got to meet y'all and hear your music for the first time,
We didn't know
and
we
I
had
was
anything to offer.
Super impressed. What? You're
Until we got there, it was like, what? I think Steve, Ellen's,
oh yeah.
Ellen's man came up to us after we played an open mic, and was like, "You guys have got to do a show here."
Oh yeah.
And I
Look,
was like,
I have a fan.
"What?
A fan.
Hey,
Hello.
Kathy fan." And I laughed, and I was like, "We don't have any songs to sing you. We sang our 2 just now. I think
What?
we sang a Regina Spektor song and like one song that I'd written, because maybe I'd written like 1 or 2 songs so far." So we got busy writing
Yeah.
and working up a few covers to fill in the holes. so that we could perform at Banner. But Banner was kind of that and just being around other songwriters and feeding off of each other and seeing you and other people who were so talented. It was like, you know, I think she and I both thought, no, we're beyond being able to do anything like that because, you know, we have families. We were both teachers at one point. We both have kids. It was, you know, the thought of two stay-at-home moms getting up there on stage singing to people, we were like, no one's going to listen to that. That's like a joke.
Are you kidding? Y'all are incredible.
So it was really fun that anybody actually liked us in the first place. It was kind of shocking at first, and then once we realized that and started enjoying practicing and working up songs, it just fed me to write more and more and more, and a variety of different types of songs, and not try to pigeonhole into one genre, but just see what came out. And what kind of came out was this sort of nostalgic Americana, back to the roots.
You kind of had a writing explosion.
I did.
I wrote like 50 songs in a year.
But I can't say
it
that.
Was too much to keep up with.
I would have been able to before that because I didn't have a whole lot to write about. And then when I had kids and when I was living this life, it was cheaper than therapy to write music.
True.
And when the kids were at school, that's what I would do. And I'd fold laundry and I'd grab my iPhone and I'd shoot out a voice note.
Something,
And then I'd type some lyrics. And then I'd in the car. Walmart was a great place to write songs. Shop in the aisles of Sam's. You know, it's just a variety of places that bring inspiration to a mom. So
that's awesome. That's cool though, because Microphone Diaries is about saying your diary or like speaking what it is that you're keeping inside. Some, like you say, it's therapy. So you're just kind of, oh man, I got cut off in traffic today and I'm so mad, and then you just end up writing a song about whatever you're mad about, and you end up writing something great, and people are like, I love that song about, like, when you were writing in the car, and you're like, oh yeah, that's about that guy that I got really mad at and he cut me off in traffic. But you never know what you're going to write a song about.
There's always someone that relates to it. Songs you think nobody else will get are the ones that are like, oh, that really got to me. You're like, really?
Yeah.
Because that's really personal. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But,
True. So I was listening to a song called Cracks because you had sent me a list of songs that you wanted to play, and I was kind of listening to it, and I really like the imagery in that of kind of following along with it, and you can you can picture it, and I think that's one of the greatest things. That's something I struggle with as a singer-songwriter, is painting the picture and like writing a story and being able to make it so that you can picture it and see what it is that you're talking about. And I really saw that. So I was wondering if you wanted to elaborate on Cracks and kind of explain a little bit what it's about.
Cracks is an allegory. I'm a super, super big nerd because I used to be an English teacher. And the first time my husband heard the song, he was like, do we need to talk? Because it's kind of ominous. It's basically a woman who lives in a house and it's about to fall down on her head. The floor is opening up, and she realizes she has to get out of there. And she realizes that even if she has to go into this dark forest and live there, it's going to be safer and it's going to be more of a home than this home that she's in. And, you know, I don't want to be insulting and tell everyone what it means because it's different to everybody. I mean, and that's just the nerdy English teacher. I find it easier to write symbolically and metaphorically than I do about like literal personal stuff.
No, I got
It's a wall, people.
Yeah.
But it's very much an allegorical song about escaping from something that you either need to or should get away from.
Yeah, I totally got that vibe from that. Just kind of like, this is about to tumble on me and I need to get out of here. Just kind of like, like the floor is cracking underneath you, or like I thought about like your world just crumbling underneath you, or just kind of like falling out from under you and having to get away from it. So.
And Eric Herbst is our producer over at the Panhandle House. And when it got to sort of the pivotal point of that song where she's leaving, he brought in this whole sort of techno feel. Doggy! How you doing? He brought in this whole techno feel and sort of started playing around with some songs. And that's not at all what I had done in my head at home. And at first I was resistant and I was like, ew, I don't like it. Yeah. But I love how it ended up. He nailed it. He knew what to do with it, and it really kind of makes the song because it's kind of it brings in the beat and the and everything. So that's the part that I don't have any imagination for, is just all the possibilities of production
Yeah.
So
Isn't that crazy how like you bring an idea to somebody and then it just gets shaped and formed and turned into something?
it's awesome.
And it's the coolest thing because it's you wrote that song and that like means something to you. So when you hear it finished and complete, it's just like, this is my baby and now it's all grown up and now it's like
totally
out in the world and
it's
who
a
knows where it's
skeleton,
gonna go
and
from
they put
here.
the flesh on it. That's how I look at it.
That's
It's just
true.
bones.
Yeah. So do y'all want to play that song? for us?
Sure.
Let's
Are
do
you,
it.
Do you wanna or yeah.
So this is Cracks, and you're listening to Wise Ruby right here on DentonRadio.com.
She said she wishes she could go back to the night when the moonlight shone through the window, illuminating the small, insignificant line underneath her chair. She said she would have patched it up if she had known what would become of the small, insignificant line. She'd have mended it right there. Because these cracks in the floor are growing long, but I can't fix them, I can't fix them. Cracks in the floor are growing long, but I can't fix them, I can't fix them, no. How long till the very shelter she had trusted would fall down to destruction? Nothing to shield her from the outside world when the wind and the rain came falling from above relentlessly. Where would she run? Night after night, I can hear her cry to herself like a prophet. She says, these cracks in the floor are growing long, but I can't fix them, I can't fix them. Cracks in the floor are growing long, but I can't fix them, I can't fix them, no. So she escapes in the moonlight just before her house falls down. These trees will be her shelter, her bed, the leaves on the ground. And she will not look back lest she be turned to a pillar of salt. Run away to a new life, should have taken care to mend. These cracks in the floor are growing long, but I can't fix them, I can't fix them. Cracks in the floor are growing long, but I can't fix them, I can't fix them, no. Run away, 'tis better to be free with her dignity than to remain in a house with no ground for her to stand on.
Wow.
Real pick me up.
Oh, I love that song though. It's crazy how the
That's
songs.
what I sing the kids before they go to bed at
Oh,
night.
really?
I'm just kidding, I don't.
But it's like it's kind of got that lullaby feel.
It's a good
And
Halloween song.
You guys are just incredible.
Oh,
and
shoot. Thank
you
you.
blow my mind every time I hear
Stop.
something new or when Pioneers so they have an EP out right now called Pioneers, and you guys need to go check it out because it will blow your mind. It's amazing.
Thank you for plugging.
So when Jake first played Kaleidoscope for me, I think it'd been a while since I had heard. What do you have like an album out before that, or is
No,
that
I did
your
a
only
whole
one?
bunch of stuff I did in my living room
Okay.
with a cheap Apogee mic and
I mean,
garage
whatever
band.
works, works.
Yeah. And I'm
So-
not a producer, so it was rudimentary and it was on Reverb Nation, and it's still there. If you
Okay,
want to
so
hear
yeah, so I remember
20,
hearing
20
stuff.
songs of.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he was like, "You got to hear this Wise Ruby song. It's incredible. It's awesome. You just got to hear it." And I was like, "Okay, I'll play it." And he played Kaleidoscope, and that just was like I was floored. Like, it was amazing.
Wow,
like, I
thank
love
you.
that song. I love Pioneers. It's
Thank you.
an awesome EP, and y'all
Thank
need to
you
go
so
check it
much.
out. So that brings me to the question, like, what kind of inspires you to write music? Like, what is it about your day to day that kind of triggers something, or you're just kind of like, I'm feeling this way. I've been feeling this little emotion for like a month, and then you just end up writing a couple songs about it, or what is it that kind of sparks your
It's different every
songwriting?
time for me. Usually, I am a melody first type of a person, where I'll hear a thing in my head, and I'll get my voice notes on my iPhone, and I'll just syllable, da 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 da, whatever tune I hear, or I'll sit down at the piano and I'll chord out something, and I'll kind of play around with it and get like a chord progression, and then I'll put lyrics on top of it. Every once in a while, there'll be like a moment where something happens, and it's like, I gotta write a song.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna
totally.
hurt someone if I don't write a song right now. Or
This
it's
is
just
speaking to me.
or like we had a friend 3 years ago. A good friend of ours lost her nine-year-old daughter,
no.
and that rocked all of our
Yeah.
worlds, and it just put a huge hole in our heart for her. So golly, we wrote 5 songs about
Yeah, just
heaven
kind of
and
like,
about just our friend, and just sort of speaking to that pain and the hope that we hopefully have, to see her again and stuff. It was therapy for us. I mean, it really was.
yeah.
Every day, Kathy would call me and she'd like, here's a song, or I'd call her and,
yeah. But even for that person, like, you're also helping them, that they're kind of helping them get through that through music.
Yeah, we
as
wrote
well.
one specific song for her daughter right when it happened, and we sent it to her, and I think it really, it helped healing, just sort of, music is healing. So to me, it's gotten me through some real lows in my life. So
Yeah, it's just a way to like get it out, and just kind of also like a marker of where you're at in your life when something happened, or when you were going through something, or you were going through, like in my life, going through a breakup, or like you just got a dog or whatever. It's kind of like a marker of like where you're at in your life. And it's
It
cool
really is,
because then you'll go back and you're like, oh man, I remember why I wrote this song.
It's a diary.
Like,
Yes,
even
it's a total
yeah,
diary.
yeah, exactly.
That's so true.
Yeah. Was that what is it called? Angel of Light.
Kathy wrote Angel of Light.
Okay.
And it's one of my faves.
Yeah. You wanna
awesome.
So do you wanna explain a little bit
I
about
would
that
love
song?
to.
Yeah.
So I think have you ever seen that show Intervention?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I had been like binge watching Intervention, but and just kind of thinking through that about how we can kind of all relate to something that has power over us, and we don't want it to have that power over us. And
true.
so that's really what this song is about. And then
It's an interesting concept.
yeah, because I could sit there and judge them, but then I could say, well, maybe it's not that extreme, but maybe there are things like that for all of us that are out there. And so, and then so being a practicing Christian, I kind of write from that worldview sometimes. And so then there's a little kind of like a reference, a little Easter egg in there if you can find it.
Cool.
To kind of just for me personally, what is the answer to that struggle?
Right.
But hopefully like everyone could relate to it.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. It's interesting talking to other songwriters and kind of picking their brain about like concepts of ideas for songs and what it is that they write about, and just kind of being like I kind of like that idea, and then I start thinking about in my head how I relate to that in a way, and then I end up writing a song that's like kind of based off that but a little different, and it's cool because it's just like a waterfall effect where it's like nothing's the same, but it's kind of based off the other, and you kind of come up with something new, and then the next time it's something new, and the next time it's something new. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Inspirational.
Oh yeah.
We kind of sometimes another song will come up and we'll be like, that's an Angel of Light song.
Yeah.
Because we categorize like that kind
oh,
of sound.
we wrote
It's
that
in the
song.
same genre of that, and it's
Yeah.
in the same theme of that or whatever.
And so something else about this song is it's kind of a shout out to Coldplay, because I really
cool.
I don't know if it's cool to like them anymore.
Oh yeah, Coldplay
I'm
is
gonna
awesome.
be 40 soon,
We're
Yeah.
dating ourselves.
but I love like just the moods that they create in their songs with like simple chord repetition.
Yeah.
Repetition of simple chord progressions, and so I don't know if I do them justice, but it was my attempt at a tribute.
Cool.
So.
Well, do you all want to play this?
So I do
song?
my best Chris Martin impersonation when we play it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
My head's down on the piano and I'm drooling. That's what
Yeah.
he does
Just
sometimes.
just
If you've ever seen
watch,
him,
watch the mic.
Watch the
Yeah,
mic.
you're
Let's do
you're
that.
just hearing.
I'll behave. I won't get
So
awkward.
this is Angel of Light, and you heard it on denradio.com.
Slither the promised light and wait. Oh, please don't take me. First comes love and then comes hate. I push all of those thoughts away. Twisted, shiny lights. Don't go to the other side. Says I can't give you everything. Then locks the door and hides the masked itself as an angel of light, but the gloves came off in the middle of the night. Locked in a prison of lies, I sold my soul for one last try. Head clears in the light of day. Look now what a mess I've made. God, please help, it's time to pay. I lost my soul along the way. And I can run, but I cannot hide. Got to give up on my pride. God help, it's time to pay. I wish there was another way. Lord, let there be another way. Pass itself as an angel of light, but the gloves came off in the middle of the night. Locked in a prison of lies, I sold my soul for one last try. And I'm just too tired to put up a fight. Oh, I'm just too tired to put up a fight. Oh, I'm just too tired to put up a fight. Yeah, I'm just too tired to put up a fight. And I'm just too tired to put up a fight. Yeah, I'm just too tired to put up a fight. And I'm just too tired to put up a fight. And I'm just too tired to put up a fight. Trickle from the tree, grace falling down on me. Only you can make it right. Won't you save my soul tonight? Whisper in my ear, it is finished, do not fear. I've come to seek and save. I have washed your sins away. Oh, I have washed them all away. I thought I saw an angel of light when my chains fell off in the middle of the night. Set free from a prison of lies, he bought my soul and gave his life. And I thought I saw an angel of light. My chains fell off in the middle of the night. Set free
love that song.
I never know if it's going to be an E minor or an A minor. But I love the way you waited.
I waited for you to call the
what I
shot
would
on that.
do.
We've had some awkward ending moments.
We have.
There's certain songs where we're like, oh shoot, we forgot to nail that down beforehand. We'll just kind
That's how you know it's real.
I know, right? Authentic.
But I totally get that Coldplay vibe a little bit in there, and
Cool.
I love that whole going from, like you said, like something's got a hold of you to like just breaking through the chains and like letting it go and getting over it and getting above it. I guess.
Right.
That's cool. So we're gonna take a little break and then we'll come back, and we're gonna play some Wise Ruby tunes while we're on break, and I'm gonna play Kaleidoscope. I was just wondering if you wanted to kind of explain about Kaleidoscope a little bit.
Kaleidoscope, I kind of got this picture of back when people used to print photos out. We don't anymore.
They still,
We're all
do.
trapped
Yeah,
in the
we
box.
do.
I don't personally, but I love getting together with old friends and looking at old pictures and be like, you remember that one? You remember that one? And picking up, like, there was no time, in between. I've got these groups of friends that Facebook has, kept us connected through the years, but there's nothing like getting together or looking at old pictures. And I just kind of compare it, it's another nerdy English teacher song. I kind of compare it to a kaleidoscope
But it's cool.
stories that turn while you're looking at pictures by the firelight or whatever. So anyway,
That's cool. All right, well, I'm about to play Kaleidoscope, and we're going to take a little break, and then we'll come back. And you heard it first right here on DentonRadio.com. This is Kaleidoscope by Wise Ruby.
If you have time, we'll break bread, drink a little wine, talk about the good old days gone by, laugh till we cry. Hey, 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 when I think back, all we've been through, life pulled us and we pushed through. Not a lot of folks around here know me the way you do. Hey, hey, hey. For love, green is for hope, brown for the way you help me cope through the days of my rose-colored youth where it all began. A kaleidoscope of stories turn together like colors in my eyes. I hold them up to the fire and I watch the way they dance and shine and fall on each other. Gold is the color of the changing season, blue is for truth, the reason for all of our happy yellow times. Look at this picture, I found it cleaning out in my drawer. Was it the summer of 1984? Look at our hair and our clothes, I can't decide which one was worse. Here's another one, makes me laugh every time I see it. How we posed pretending nobody was watching us. See how you always put me first. A kaleidoscope of stories turn together like colors in my eyes. I hold them up to the fire and I watch the way they dance and shine and fall on each other. Gold is the color of the changing season, blue is for truth, the reason for all of our happy yellow times. And the stories we tell, how they fade in the light, beautiful pieces spin and fall and turn in the night. And the stories we tell, how they turn in the light, beautiful pieces spin and fall and fade in the night. A kaleidoscope of stories turn together like colors in my eyes. got miles and miles before us, nothing but one vast frontier. So we lock arms and sing a chorus, and we shed one last tear. There's nothing left here for us. Grab one last souvenir before we leave. We will journey over mountains and valleys we will cross. We will drink our youth from fountains. We know God will save the lost, for we know that when God found us, only He knew what it cost. So we believe, we believe. We will stake our ground. We will claim what we found. We'll hold fast till the sound of sweet victory rings, and we refuse to back down. We know we're heaven bound. We're pioneers, pioneers, and we're not afraid to sing. They told us that we were crazy. They said it could not be done. Through our cries they heard us pray. We stared down barrels of their guns. We fought nights and we fought days. We knew the battle could be won if we stood strong. They told us we couldn't do it. They outnumbered us too much. We held fast and we pushed through it. Our spirits they could not touch. When we broke through, we saw they knew it wasn't our strength, it was just our battle song. And we sang, we will stake our.
All right, so we're back. I've got Wise Ruby in the studios, and this is Microphone Diaries. Thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. We got a few minutes left, and then we've got doggy time coming up next. So we're just gonna kind of talk about social media. So where can people find you all over the internet?
We really are not huge social media people because
Yeah,
it's
but
just
I mean,
hard
but
sometimes
still,
to keep up with
yeah.
it. We have a Facebook page.
We
Cool.
do have a Facebook
Okay.
We have a
page.
web page that's really just a Reverb Nation page with our own
I mean,
URL.
that's all you need.
And it's wiseruby.com or wiseruby.net. We have
Okay.
both domains. So, and it's just a Reverb page. But it has our EP that we released 2 years ago.
Okay.
I mean,
Pioneers.
in November.
Still good.
Pioneers
Still
is
awesome.
still there. And you can get it for free on SoundCloud. You can get it for free on
Oh, cool.
on our webpage, or you can download it, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
On iTunes or Amazon or Google Play. It's on
Cool.
pretty much any
I gotta
platform. So.
check that out.
And we have a
get
big
mine
SoundCloud
also.
playlist that has a couple of extras that aren't on
Oh,
Pioneers.
okay.
Cracks and
So
Night, 2 songs that are not on
Okay.
Pioneers are on our SoundCloud playlist.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so y'all gotta go check that out. Go support Wise Ruby. Go get their music, spread it around.
Yeah.
So during the break, they were telling me that they have a song on a popular show called Vampire Diaries. It's on the trailer for the show.
Speaking of Halloween's.
So yeah, because Halloween's coming up, so you should go
Yep.
check that out. Maybe if you're looking for some costume ideas, you could maybe dress as Wise
Hey,
Ruby.
vampires are
and,
real.
Vampires are so real.
Let's not
I don't know
insult
what
them.
you're kidding
This
about.
is true. But yeah, go. What song is that called?
It's called Love, and it's on Pioneers, and it was on the Damon and Elena Say Goodbye promotional trailer for the
So-
season finale
oh,
of
no.
season something. Sorry if I just
Oh,
totally
so if you've been
spoiled
watching
for
it,
you.
now I know what happens.
Spoiler
It's all
alert.
good. It's
It's
all
in the
good.
title. They say goodbye to each other. Oops. I won't tell you what happens
It's
to her.
And
that's
you just
could probably
and you
figure
just
it out.
started the series. You said
I've kind of, I've kind
yeah.
of like
That was good,
in it,
Jules.
but it's all good. I mean,
So-
I haven't watched it in a while,
in case
so
you were wondering
now I
what
know.
happens to them,
She's
you just-
probably going to come back. She's
That's
a
true.
vampire, so
That's true. Like they don't die;
only
they
like
are dead. So
momentary.
who knows? They're vampires, right?
yeah.
I don't know. So we got one more song to play.
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's
And-
called Bigger. and it's brand new, and we've never played it for
Oh,
anyone.
right,
so.
brand new. You heard it first right here on denradio.com.
So I'm kind of nervous.
So what's
but,
it about a little bit? You wanna
I guess
tell us
like
a
if
little
you
bit?
had to give it a different title, this song would be "Don't Be a Jerk."
Okay.
And
All
be
right.
nice.
Yeah.
And arrogant, mean, bossy, bully people
Yeah.
who are in charge, need to like take a chill pill and
Yeah.
be humble. The true heroes are like the kind of unsung, quiet, humble people who do all the behind
Just
the
need to
scenes
chill out,
work.
yeah.
So this one's in a corporate setting. It could be in any setting, but yeah.
Okay.
I was
Cool.
probably having a bad day, and somebody probably
Yeah,
cut me off,
That's
just
true.
like you were saying.
Yeah. Who knows?
So-
You get a song out of it, so that's all that matters.
So this will be an
Okay.
experience for us because we've never played this live. Be the bigger man, be the bigger woman, and be the bigger boy, be the bigger girl. Take 'em by the hand, they won't see it come in, make 'em understand. Rock a little world, shock 'em in the right way, make 'em feel better. You don't need their perks, you don't need their chatter. Even when it hurts, gotta cut the tether, bring a little sunshine to their cold, dark weather. Be the bigger soul, be the bigger person, fighting for control. Only makes it worse when everybody knows. Wanting to be first will only make you roll right down to the bottom of who you are. The bigger, oh. You gotta be the bigger. Once I knew a man, he only wanted power. Money made him run, minute to the hour. Never any fun, sweet turned to sour. Spoken like a gun in a corporate tower. There was another man, ticking all his slack up. Copies in his hand, coffee in his black cup. Needle in a haystack, working like a bee. He was the bigger man everybody could see. He said, I'm not a king, but if I had a kingdom, I wouldn't make him sing or make him bow to me. No, drama ain't my thing. Gotta let it be if you wanna be the bigger man. Yeah. Be the bigger soul, be the bigger person, fighting for control. Only makes it worse when everybody knows. Wanting to be first will only make you roll right down to the bottom of who you are. You can be the bigger. Yeah, be the bigger. Don't you wanna be the bigger? Oh, be the bigger. Don't you wanna be the bigger? Yeah, be the bigger. Don't you wanna be? Maiden launch of that
Muted
song.
myself. That's awesome. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
That's cool. So are y'all working on anything new? Any new EPs or albums or anything? Just kind of
I
writing
might,
as you go?
I or we might record at Panhandle some more songs
Cool.
with our producer, and I don't know when that's going to happen, but
Yeah,
I've been
just
writing.
soon.
I've got a lot of choices and stuff. Just
Yeah,
got to kind of narrow
awesome.
it down to the ones that are going to do well, basically.
So we've got something to look forward to
there you
from
go.
Wise Ruby. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all so much
Thank
for
you,
coming
Ellie Meyer.
and
Thanks for
being
having
on
us.
my
We
It's
had a
show.
a
great
real
time.
honor. Thanks
yeah,
for having us.
of course.
All right.
I'll probably
We're
have
big
y'all
fans of yours,
back
so.
again when you got some more music coming out,
Love
or
it.
just got a show coming up or anything like that. Do y'all
Awesome.
have any shows coming up that you're
We
working
got
on?
nothing
or-
on the radar.
Nothing right
but
now?
if Denton Radio wants to book us anywhere, we're
Oh
happy
yeah,
to
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just sign us up.
for
sign
sure.
us up.
Well,
Just
thank
like
you.
3 years in advance because our children's schedules. But
Oh
we're-
yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
true.
We
yeah,
have to
gotta-
coordinate them all.
Gotta coordinate around all of that.
Yeah.
So I got you. No. Well, thank you so much for coming, and thank
Thanks.
y'all for tuning in to Microphone Diaries. This is we're located in the Discovered and Welcome Center at 111 West Hickory Street. We've got Bone Doggy coming up next, and just wanted to say a few words from TWU. Denton is home to a one-of-a-kind education at Texas Women's University, the largest public university primarily for women.
Kathy's getting her master's there too.
Oh, yeah.
Plug.
So TW plug there. TWU graduates are leaders in healthcare, business, and education and music
Yeah.
now. You can learn more at www.twu.edu. Thanks so much for tuning in. That's our show for tonight. Have a good night, everybody.